Hey guys, Ian here. So I'm creating this new series I'm calling Unscripted Reflections. And this is a space that I want to create so that I can be real, I can be open, and at times even vulnerable. Every week, I plan to allow you to take a peek at what goes behind the scenes in my private reflections. And all these reflections are on events or things that have happened in my life, and I'm basically dissecting and extracting the lessons that I have from them. And if you allow me to just look at the notes that I actually written for today's reflection, I actually wrote this down in my notes that my superpower is being wrong. So, what made me write this is actually an incident that happened recently with a new potential agent. And it's not easy for me to talk about this, but for the sake of being authentic and real, I want to be open, right? I want to be transparent with all of you, right? So basically, to give you guys some context, recently I met a new agent that just passed his exams and he was looking for a team to join. Now, I'm not going to say his name for the sake of privacy. He spoke to multiple leaders over a few weeks. Cut a long story short, he didn't join me in the end, right? So I actually asked him, right, for some feedback on why he didn't choose me and, of course, how I could improve as a leader. And it was his reply to me that made me think and realize that I have this superpower. He said that I was the only leader that actually bothered to ask for feedback. And that got me thinking, I'm the only one, right? The other leaders that you speak to who are maybe even running teams that's 10 times, 20 times the size of mine, they don't want to improve, they don't want to ask for feedback. And basically, it made me realize that, when you're successful, the tendency is to become complacent, to become comfortable, right? And what I wrote down as a reflection point that I realized from this scenario is that sometimes when you're so successful, you actually stop treating rejections as opportunities to learn, right? And you truly just brush these rejections off as the other party being wrong and you being right. And to me, that's very, very dangerous because if we only focus on being right in every single argument, we will never learn from our mistakes. And that also means that we will never truly be right. You will only be right in your mind, right? That means every single argument that you win, yeah, you're right, but only in your mind, right? You never really are able to find out the truth. So if you're someone in pursuit of success, having a mindset like this will get you nowhere. And that also, made me realize that is why most people fail to improve. Right, in today's day and age where there's an abundance of information, there's so many self-help books everywhere, quotes all around the internet, videos all around the internet that you can read, but why are people still stuck? Why are people unable to improve? It's because they always are focused on being right, but only in their head. And because of this mindset that they have, they don't even start on the first step towards positive change, which is to consciously recognize that there is a problem, and the problem might be yourself. And I'm a firm believer that there's actually four crucial steps towards positive change. Okay, number one is to first recognize that there is a problem. Number two is to acknowledge that there is a problem as well. Number three is to actually find a solution for this problem. And number four is to take action or execute on the solution. Right? Of course, today I'm not going to elaborate so much on these four crucial steps as I want to keep all these reflections videos short, concise, so you can get the maximum value in the shortest period of time. Right? So I'll probably share more of this in my next reflection. I'll write it down and I'll share more with you guys. So yeah, this is the end of today's reflections. I hope that this allowed you to level up 1% more compared to yesterday. And this is truly what I want, right? Why am I doing all these reflections? To share, what has benefited me and hopefully what can benefit you as well. Right. So this is Ian Teo, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.